This is Bumper to Bumper, the car show. Drive in anxious and cruise out confident. With the best automotive information for your vehicle. And now your hosts, Matt Allen and Dave Riccio.
Well, good morning and Happy New Year. Welcome to the first 2019 edition of Bumper to Bumper Radio. I am Matt Allen, your KTAR car guy. Dave Riccio is out still enjoying some time off in the motherland. And so I've got my go-to guy, my right-hand man from Virginia Auto Service, Tim Nelson.
Happy New Year.
And this guy is always full of energy and glee, it seems like.
Good morning.
Well, thanks for coming, Tim.
Yeah.
You know, wow.
Yeah.
2018.
New Year's, yeah. 2019, wow.
Where did it go? It just... I still have my to-do list that I started a year ago, and there's still some things on it. I mean, it's time to get the new list out, I guess, and I don't know if I do so well with those resolutions. I want to make commitments, not just a resolution. I make a commitment to make some changes, maybe. But so what are we going to talk about today? There's all kinds of stuff happening. I worked in the shop the last couple weeks. We've got couple new employees, some things changing around, and I'm out there kind of scrubbing bays and getting the shop organized. And I've been more involved with actually the repair of some cars lately. And it's interesting, some of the conversations. I've been giving customers rides home. So have you, Tim, lately?
Yep. Good to have you back in there full time there like that, Mr. Allen.
Well, I'm really engaged. But then, of course, too, Bergie, a lot of our customers and some listeners know Bergie, our shuttle driver. He's out for a little bit. And so we've been wearing some hats we don't normally wear, so it's interesting to have some of these. That's one of the things I like about business, and it reminds me why I started 24 years ago is just the relationships.
Yep, having that just when you're taking a customer home and you have a talk, and you get to know them a little bit better.
Well, yeah, and I say this before, and it sounds a little cliche and a little blah blah blah. But, it's sometimes fixing cars is second.
Yeah.
It's when people come in, they're usually not mad about their car. They're upset about my life has just been interrupted. I've got to get to kids. I've got to get to soccer. Soccer, that's my life, but maybe it's gymnastics or yoga
or golf
or just get home or whatever it is that you do. And that's the problem. A lot of times the car is secondary. So, I forget who I was talking to yesterday, but I said I just enjoyed that instant. It was the Whitleys standing at the counter with the Whitleys.
Yeah.
Longtime customers. And I just really enjoy that instant gratification, if you will, of being able to help somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, it really feels good. So, I'm enjoying that. So 2019, how are we going to take care of our car a little bit differently? And I know the year has started off cold.
Chilly. A lot of blue lights on.
Yeah.
Right?
The blue light special, not the one at Kmart, though.
No.
Is Kmart still around?
No.
Teensy weensy bit. You used to know the blue light special at Kmart, but we get some phone calls in the morning lately, and people are going, "There's a blue light on my dash, and it's only on for a few minutes, and it goes off." Well, it's not your high beams.
No.
Yeah, those you click the lever and the high beam, the headlights go off. It's not the high beams. And what you may have if you have a newer car, and even I have a 2005 Scion that has the blue light, but what that blue light is telling you is that the engine is not warmed up yet. So, a lot of cars, you don't want to just jump in a car and foot to the floor, and the oil's cool, or the engine hasn't had a chance to warm up. You've got to let the car warm up a little bit. That blue light signifies that the car has warmed up. Sometimes they don't have a temperature gauge, but you'll start to see that temperature gauge increase, and that blue light will go out. But the other problem that we have related to a light in the cold, sometimes we'll get a check engine light. Tim.
Yep. Yeah, the check engine light will come on. And we've seen a lot of it's a common code. It's a P0128, and it's a thermostat not operating the engine not going to operating temperature.
Now you just sound like a customer though that went to.
Well, that's what I was waiting for that.
Went to the Acme Auto Parts.
Yeah, that's
the P128 is not a code that says you have a bad thermostat. There's no code in any computer that tells you you've got a bad whatever it is. It tells you the area. So the code description of a 128 is the engine not reaching operated temperature in whatever the time frame or whatever the exact definition is. And you ask, why would that turn on the check engine light? Well, if the computer thinks that the engine's temperature is, say, 100 degrees, but when in fact that engine has warmed up to 200, or in this case, it really hasn't warmed up, maybe because of stuck open thermostat or a faulty sensor,
then it's going to cause the light to come on.
It's going to cause the light to come on because the computer's going to be over-delivering fuel, kind of like the choke on a carbureted car. If the choke was stuck, what happened? The car didn't run very good and it smoked. Well, the computers can make up for 99% of that now. But the message is, hey, man, your car is wasting fuel and polluting and emitting gases that it shouldn't be. The one symptom that you'll have, you won't have any heat. You're going to be cold on the way to work.
Yep.
I mean, a modern car, any car that's going to set that code, that car should be warmed up producing heat within about, I'm going to say,
3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say 6 max. 6 minutes maximum. You should have some nice roasty heat coming out of the vent. So that's one thing that we're seeing lately. And then there's that other goofy light that we see with this time of the year, the horseshoe.
The TPMS light. Everybody's like, "What's that?" And when it came out, I was like, "What is that light?"
Your horse needs some new shoes.
Yeah.
Don't
well,
you know
like
nothing?
I was, like
call the blacksmith.
When we were talking before the show, that light comes on the last 4 or 5 mornings for me for about 2 miles before the tires get some pressure and then the light goes off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, now I come from, I shouldn't say I come from, but I worked in a racing environment, and if you listen to NASCAR or Formula One or IndyCar, I mean, a quarter of a pound of pressure in those cars makes a huge difference. And then you might listen to a race, and after a pit stop, they say, "Well, waiting for the tires to come up to temperature." Well, they increase with temperature. With an increase in temperature, we have an increase in pressure. Same thing with a decrease. So if that tire warning light is on in the morning, some of them show you what the actual pressure is, and it's kind of neat because you can watch the pressures come up a little bit. But the thing to do is go get those tires set. You're going to want to check your tires warm, and we usually go a pound or two over this time of year.
Yep.
And then when it cools off, that light may not come on, but it's not going to be too much pressure later in the day either. Because like you said, same thing in my truck this morning. I had to park it outside last night. The light was on, but after I went 2-3 miles down the 51,
boom, off.
Yeah, it's off. There's temperature. So they're on the borderline. So if that one's on, go get the tire pressures checked. And, those sensors are designed to last about 7 years. There's a battery in them, and you can't replace the battery. So the time to replace them is when you're doing your set of tires, because
that's the time. That's save the money.
The labor.
Yeah, the labor.
You've got to break down all the tires and rebalance them, and so if you can time that or correlate that with a tire replacement,
save some money.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a car that's 7 years old and you're putting a new set of tires on it, it might be worth spending the $300-400 extra when you're getting your tires put on.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
If you have any questions about that stuff, any of the bumper guys can help you, and we've got a great tire shop, S&S Tire. They're happy to help you with your TPMS problems, especially if you were on the west side of town. What else, Tim, we got? We're going to maybe be traveling up north.
Yeah. I just looked at the weather for up north, and it's supposed to snow in Flagstaff today, tomorrow, and freezing at night in the teens.
Yeah, my son went skiing for the first time. He's like, "This isn't for me.
Yeah,
this cold weather business isn't so much my style."
Yeah, when Ethan was looking to go to maybe NAU, and he spent a weekend up in Payson, and he's like, "No, Dad, ASU is what I want."
Yeah, that'll do it. But things are a little bit different now. When you get up there, a little bit of slick ice on the roads, maybe you got to pay attention. You want to make sure you've got some good windshield wipers. I'm not saying go out and replace them. Half the time our wipers go bad before we even use them.
Or they just need to be cleaned.
Exactly. Go grab the kitchen sponge with a little bit of Brillo, little abrasiveness on it, and just run that up and down on that wiper blade itself. Because what happens, the bugs and stuff get on there, and they're hardened. And then when it wipes the window, you have this mark. Well, that doesn't mean you need a new set of windshield wipers.
Sometimes just cleaning them off does it. And then you want to have the windshield washer solve it.
Yeah,
so it's freeze protected.
Now in Maricopa County, you cannot walk into your favorite auto parts store and buy freeze protected windshield washer solvent. You've got to wait till you get to like Munns Park or something like that and get out of Maricopa County. So what do you do? So you wait till you get out of you wait till you get out of town, Carrie, or you have to. They sell it in concentrate, so you can get the 6 or 8 or 10 ounce bottle of it. Not sure if they've got it at the popular parts stores. We use it. We stock it from BMW.
Yeah.
And we use it in every.
How do I get ice off my windshield?
Oh, how do you get ice off your windshield? Wait.
Yeah.
You know what?
Scraper, ice scraper.
Remember, Tim, we had our
Nobody has one.
15-year anniversary,
Yep.
and we gave out ice scrapers.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
was a big joke, but then people.
Some of the people said they use them, because they go up to Flagstaff.
Yeah, and they weren't just
Yeah.
using them to pop their beer bottle cap
Yeah.
off either. So the other thing, when I used to live back east, it was, here the summertime, first time it's 100 degrees, all the temperature, you get your air conditioning systems and stuff like that. Back east, it was the 1st of October, the first time it got cold. What did we have? A bunch of dead batteries.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that you can avoid. There's no reason for you to ever have a dead battery. You can choose when you have your battery replaced, or you can be forced to maybe buy one from this roadside peddler, these guys that come out that you call and they peddle batteries. I like Interstate Battery. You go to interstatebatteries.com. You're going to find them on the Bumper to Bumper website. They're one of our team partners. They've got the Megatron Plus. They're in shops interstate. That's why it's good. Nationwide, you've got a warranty in that sucker. And not only that, but they've got the Interstate all battery stores in town. So you got your Makita drill. I know I need to get my little Dyson vacuum cleaner over to get the little battery pack in it replaced. So not just car batteries. In the Interstate stores, they can take care of all your battery needs.
That's one thing to be proactive with, is a battery.
Yeah.
I mean, the average life of a battery is around 22 months in Phoenix.
Yeah.
So if your battery is teetering on 24, 28 months, 30 months, it's maybe time just to get one to be, so you don't get stranded somewhere.
Sometimes they don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
And if you can catch it while it's still under warranty, maybe you're just paying the labor. So something to get ahead of. Don't get stuck with a dead battery. So you're listening to Matt and Tim, your KTAR car guys this weekend. We'll be right back.
Trust. It's hard to earn and sometimes even harder to find. If you live or work in downtown Phoenix, Matt Allen's Virginia Auto Service is celebrating over 20 years of award-winning service at the corner of 7th Street and Virginia. Recognized as one of the best service shops in the country, their customers have come to trust Virginia Auto Service for its A+ rating by the BBB, 2-year 24,000-mile warranties, and free transportation to and from your home or office. 20+ years of earning your trust. Virginia Auto Service. They're serious about service.
Some say one of the worst sounds you can hear is a car crash.
Yes, and all the stress that goes with that can be worse.
The accident is stressful enough. The repair process doesn't have to be. Hi, this is Kevin,
Dave,
And Leo.
and we're the collision team at Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Individually, we own Campus Body Salon, I-17 Collision, and First Class Auto Body. Together, we're an unbeatable team working for you, not the insurance company, to get your job done right. Check us out at bumpertobumperradio.com.
I almost just want to not talk and just listen a little bit. If I wasn't bald, I'd be, in here banging my head with that, have that hair going. But I don't have any rock star hair because there's no hair up there. But welcome back to Bumper Radio. I am Matt Allen, your KTAR car guy. Tim Nelson is here with me today from Virginia Auto Service because Dave Riccio
is off. And then speaking of that real quick, so a lot of times people call up and they say, God, you guys sound the same.
Oh, you and I.
Yeah. And I say, well, yeah, we do. We've been working together so long, but I'm saying I'm the one with hair.
yeah, exactly. 20 what years? 21 years?
21 years.
21 years. So the way we help you with your car, Bumper to Bumper Radio, is several ways. Number one, you can call us today. You can call us right now, 602-277-5827. It's 602-277-KTAR. It doesn't matter what your question is. Maybe you're out shopping for a new car. Maybe that's a bad idea. Maybe you ought to pump the brakes and not buy one. Maybe you got a whole bunch of list of repairs that somebody told you your car, quote, needs. Let's talk about that. There's a thing called prioritization. Just because it's a deficiency doesn't mean we have to fix it right now. Hell, I can stand in the mirror and on the scale, and you might freak out. I don't need to fix all those problems. There's a few of them. I mean, the list is long, but we don't have to. Just because there's something wrong doesn't mean we have to fix it today or right now. Maybe you got an oil change sticker out there that says you're overdue. Do you still really need to do oil changes every 3,000 miles? I don't know. I don't think so. But you sure don't want to wait 15,000. So I don't care what the question is. We open up, we talk for 15 minutes about something that we think is important and touch on some subjects that might touch you or you've had some experience with. But really, this is for you to gain knowledge about your car, have a better ownership experience, and have comfort when going into your shop. If you're coming into my shop, great. If you're coming into one of the bumper-to-bumper shops, fantastic. If you've got a good mechanic, that you've got a relationship, stay there. Don't come to me just because I say we're so good or these bumper-to-bumper guys are good. Maybe you want to send us their name. Maybe they'd like to be part of our network. And
it's like I always say, if you have a good doctor, you stay with them.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get a cold and then look in the paper and find another doctor the next time you have a cold because they have a coupon or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to just find a relationship and feel comfortable and stick with it.
What did we say in the beginning? Half the time, it's the fixing the car is the secondary, secondary issue. If you come to a place that feels like home, and you just don't have to wonder. So that's what we're here to help you do. And if you want to listen to some of the old shows, maybe we didn't cover your topic or get to your question. You can send us an email at bumper-to-bumperradio.com, and we don't answer those all the time. Sometimes we do, but we'll address them on air. But you can go back to the podcast. Within a couple days, usually each show is put up, and you can search those. So 602-277-5827 is the number, and we're going to go with Joseph. Joseph called before the show even started. So Joseph is in Glendale, and he must have a good memory on that phone number. How can we help you with your Chrysler New Yorker? You're on Bumper to Bumper Radio.
Yes, the odometer drum stopped, and I went to AAA, and they checked out all the wiring. They said there's nothing wrong with the wiring, it's the drum. Do you know anybody who works on that?
So you're telling me the instrument, the odometer or the speedometer quit working?
The odometer.
The odometer.
The drum.
Okay, so it's just not counting the miles anymore. Well,
no, right.
Right. But the speedometer portion works still, right?
Yes.
And you're over there in Glendale. I would be visiting Dave's Car Care, 51st Avenue over there. And he's been in the corner there 39 years, I think. And
what's the name again?
Dave's Car Care.
Dave?
Yeah, Dave. Dave's Car Care over in Glendale, and they can help you with that. They can repair that odometer. What we do, or what they'll end up doing, is they'll pull that instrument cluster out of the dash, and then they'll send it off. There's some local people in town that can repair those. They don't accept walk-in. They do kind of wholesale work only. There is a place called Dick's Speedo, but you probably don't want to drive from the west side all the way to the east side and do that. But take it over to Dave's, and that's something that they could, they may need it a couple days. It may be one of those things where they could take the cluster out, and the car might still be drivable without it if you had to. But shouldn't be a big deal to fix. Not
a big deal at all. We see those all the time.
Yeah, not necessarily on 91 Chrysler New Yorkers.
But a lot of GMs.
Yeah, a lot of GM cars. It's just not that big a deal. I'm surprised that AAA left you hanging like that. What that meant to me is, man, it's an old car and we don't really want to work on it.
Yeah.
So that's
definitely fixable.
Definitely fixable. But hey, you're not putting any more miles on the car, so what the hell?
Yeah, it's a 91 with 2,000 miles on it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing to consider, Joseph. It is a 91. Does it really matter if it's counting miles anymore? Not going to affect the value of the car, really. The car's worth what it's ever going to be worth ever right now. So, maybe it's just not worth spending $300 or $500 to fix it if it's really not causing a problem. If you know how fast you're going, I mean, who cares how many miles it is wherever your distance.
Maybe wait till one of the other components maybe fails on it.
Yeah, unless you really need that for some reason. We're going to go ahead and go with Joseph in Phoenix. He's got a 2009 Honda Civic. What's up, Joseph? How can we help you?
Yeah, hi, man. How are you? This is Joseph. I just wanted to ask you a question about my Honda Civic 2009.
Sure.
And when I took for my oil change last time, the company told me I had my compliance bushings has been broken and it has to be replaced. But when I'm driving, I have like mild problem when I go to the bump, like a small holes. Otherwise, it's running fine. I'm just asking whether if I keep like this way, will I have any issues with my suspension or something will happen?
Yeah, and did they tell you, was that a front or a rear compliance arm bushing? Probably
they said a front.
Front, okay.
A front compliance bushing,
front.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the answer is yes and no. There's a lot of answers to that, and that was one of the things that Tim and I were going to talk about, is some of the things that happen when it's really cold outside. My wife's car is a older 10-year-old, 12-year-old BMW. I just put brand new bushings in the front end. It creaks going over the speed bumps leaving the neighborhood because it's cold. Those are control arm bushings. A compliant Honda is what calls those a compliance arm. That's just another name for a control arm bushing. Depending on who told you that you need those, I would definitely get a second opinion, have them looked at. I think some people are overzealously, they see a little bit of crack in the rubber. Oh,
time to replace them. Yeah.
Replace them.
Yeah.
But he did say that he had a little bit of a symptom, a little bit of a clunk. Okay. So that is something that you need to go get it addressed. Take a look at, if you're looking for a shop, if you don't have your regular place, or maybe you've been accustomed to going to the dealer and you're looking for a place to go to bumpertobumperradio.com. Depending on where you work or live, you might choose a shop. And I know a lot of those shops, like we do at Virginia Auto Service, we will give you a complimentary second opinion. As long as you bring in that dealership paperwork, that all the stuff that's telling you what they think you need. And we like to take out and show you. We want you to understand. And when we send you a picture of what's wrong with your car, it's actually a picture of your car, not some stock photo that, came out of Getty Images library or something like that. So it's definitely something that needs to be addressed. You're going to want to do an alignment when you have it done, and you're going to feel that some clunking over bumps, maybe under braking, the car might change direction, but so definitely worth a second opinion on that one. And don't ignore it, but don't freak out about it. Take a look at your tire wear. That's a good sign. We can read those tires and understand a lot there, too. So you're listening to Matt and Tim, your KTAR car guys, on Bumper to Bumper Radio. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
It sounds like they've just had the accurate automotive experience. We're family-owned and operated and have served the Mesa, Tempe, Gilbert communities for over 22 years. We focus on building long-lasting relationships and, listening to you so that we can understand, meet, and exceed your expectations. One location, 14 bays, 88 years of automotive expertise, and a passionate commitment to customer service and excellence. My name is Lee Weatherby, and I approve this message because it's true. We love what we do, and we want to do it for you. Accurate Automotive, the home of friends serving friends.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Oh, it went in.
Hey y'all, this is Jordan Spieth. Join me in the PGA Tour's best, the Waste Management Phoenix Open, presented by the Ak-Chin Indian Community, January 29th through February 3rd at TBC Scottsdale. See you at the People's Open.
Here's what Carrie from Tempe had to say about her experience with Good Works Auto Repair.
As soon as you realize, I need to get some work done on my car, I'm sure the thought occurs to you that you're about to get taken for a ride. I used to share the same sentiment and wondered if the shop was going to make something up and have me spending hundreds of dollars instead of $30 I was planning on for a simple oil change. This is one of the reasons I will only go to Good Works Auto Repair. Because I trust them. Putting trust in an auto shop didn't come easily. It's been built over several visits with them doing exactly what was needed, not coercing me into unnecessary work. Ask them for an oil change and a safety inspection, they do just that. No baloney, list of filters, belts, and whatchamacallits that need replacing on my new car. Thank you, Good Works Auto Repair, for being there for me when I need you.
Appreciate the kind words. It's always a pleasure. Glenn Hayward here. Come experience what award-winning auto service should be. Good Works Auto Repair in Tempe, or visit us at goodworksautorepair.com.
Arizona's news station. KTAR. On air, 92.3 FM. Online at KTAR.com. And streaming live on the KTAR News app. Your breaking news and traffic now.
KTAR News Time is 11:30. I'm Nailea Leon. There are reports that TSA screeners at several major airports have been calling in sick because they're not getting paid during the government shutdown.
A TSA spokesperson insists reports about TSA screeners calling in sick are grossly inaccurate. Media reports indicate that TSA sickouts have spiked at several international airports, including JFK and Dallas-Fort Worth. At Manchester Boston Regional Airport in New Hampshire, TSA union leader David Boucher says his screeners are on the job.
We are required to work regardless, because the TSA mission, of course, is to get passengers on planes. So we have to continue doing that.
The TSA posting a statement on Twitter saying it's monitoring the situation. Mona Rivera, ABC News.
Police say 3 people were killed and 4 were hurt in a shooting last night at a bowling alley in Torrance, California. The Torrance Police Department says officers responded to calls of shots fired at the Gabble House Bowl shortly before midnight. Now let's get a check on traffic. Here's John Michaels in the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
And thank you. We have an accident reported on I-10 westbound approaching Wild Horse Pass Boulevard. Vehicles are off on the shoulder, not blocking the through lanes, but there's likely going to be precautionary slowing. Also an accident reported I-17 at Buckeye. Crashes at 51st Avenue at Thomas. And no delays to report. 60 Superstition Freeway looks good on the 51. Piestewa. No delays 10 the Papago Freeway in the West Valley. That's a look at your traffic on KTAR News.
Rain is coming back into our forecast for today. Right now it's 56 degrees in Buckeye. Weather brought to you by Howard Air. Whether replace or repair, call Howard Air. I'm Nailea Leon on Arizona's news station, KTAR News.
KTAR. We were Arizona's first radio station, beginning our journey with an AM broadcast nearly 100 years ago. Fast forward to present day, and KTAR, the radio station, is not just a radio station. It's a news, talk, and information resource that you can connect with from the dashboard of your car, from an app on your phone, on your computer, and also on your smart speaker. Doesn't matter if your smart speaker is called an Echo, HomePod, or a Home. Ask it to play KTAR and embrace the power of now.
Life's good news often comes with a little bad news, right? Hi, Dave Riccio, owner of Tri-City Transmission and co-host of Bumper to Bumper Radio. Car repair seems to follow that same trend. The good news, transmissions are lasting twice as long as they used to. The bad news, they can cost as much as $1,000 more than you might remember. So if you're going to have to spend some money on a new transmission, you want to be sure you really need it. And if you do, that it's done right at a fair price. For over 45 years, Tri-City Transmission has built a reputation for having the experience and expertise to properly diagnose and repair your transmission without costly overhaul or replacement. If we do have to recommend a major transmission repair, you can be assured you're getting an honest recommendation and a job done right at a fair price. I guarantee it. Check us out online at TriCityTransmission.com. That's TriCityTransmission.com. TriCityTransmission.com.
They're going to go nuts when he hits this thing.
Hey, this is Gary Woodland. Join me in the PGA Tour's Best at the Waste Management Phoenix Open, presented by Auction Indian Community, January 29th through February 3rd at TPC Scottsdale. See you at the People's Open.
Gas or diesel, foreign or domestic. If your car hurts, take it to Kurtz.
That's our closing line, Pops.
I know, Jeff. Just reinforcing that we're full-service auto repair.
At Kurtz Auto Repair, we do it all, including diesel. We have the passion, training, equipment, and expertise for diesel. Our techs are ASE certified for diesel and advanced diesel diagnostics. Toy hauling, horse trailering, off-roading, or work trucking, we've got you covered.
Gas or diesel, foreign or domestic. If your car hurts, take it to Kurtz. Check us out at mycarhurts.com.
Few cities are as car-centric as Phoenix, and this is the show that'll help you to better understand that machine you depend on to get around the valley. It's Bumper to Bumper Radio. KTAR News on 92.3 FM and the KTAR app for Android and iPhone.
All righty, welcome back to Bumper Radio. I am Matt Allen. Dave Riccio is off enjoying another weekend, which is good for him because, hey, I do it all the time, and it's nice to get a break from, we love doing this show. It's a lot of fun. But when you work Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6,
Saturday a long day.
Make Saturday a long day. So 602-277-5827. 602-277-KTAR. KTAR. That's how we help you with your car. It's easy. You call us, ask us a question. We'll give you some guidance. It's not always the silver bullet or the exact answer, but we're going to point you in the right direction. We're going to maybe just encourage you to ask questions, or when you're at the counter talking to the auto shop guy, give them good information. Here's what happens when that light comes on, and here's what happened right before it came on, or here's what I felt, or here's what I smelt, or here's whatever.
There's no bad info.
The only bad info is the info you don't give us.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want to hear the rest of the story after the repair.
After we call and go, gosh, we're really kind of stumped, and then you go, oh yeah, but it only does it when you have your finger up your nose and you're going 72 miles an hour. Oh, okay. Well, if we would have known that, we would have been picking our nose on the test drive.
That's a great analogy, Mr. Matt.
Well, I'd like to,
Yeah.
It's just how it works sometimes. But we want you to ask questions. We want you to be comfortable with your car repair experience, and that's what we're here to help you do. So 602-277-5827. And I want to give a shout-out to our collision team. There's if you go to Bumper to Bumper Radio, we've got a group of body shops there, or collision repair shops, and I think I personally haven't but 3 cars that I've owned have either been totaled or significantly wrecked this year. They've all been repaired by I-17 Collision, who does a hell of a job. They've got my son's car there now, who the school bus backed into it. And I'll tell you what, when a school bus backs into a parked car and doesn't know that it's hitting it, it does a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
It does just a slight bit of damage.
Kevin and Xavier do a great job.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we had my wife got rear-ended on the 51, and so did a great job of putting that back together. We had a shop car that got whacked, and then we've got one more that got whacked. So you want to be up on your insurance policy.
Wacky 2018 for collisions, right? That's the word wacky.
Exactly. And Kevin was going to come in today, so we're going to plan another body shop day here pretty soon. So fortunately for me, I know if I get in an accident where my car is going. And so what you should do is go to Bumper Radio and find the one of those 3 body shops that's maybe close to your home or maybe close to your work, so that when you have an accident.
And hopefully you don't.
Yeah. No, you will, though. You'll have one eventually. Or somebody that you know or a friend. You can say, here, just take my car here. Because you don't have to go where the insurance company tells you to go, and you don't have to, or you don't want to, let your car disappear in that tow truck off to the abyss of the storage yard. So if you're conscious and alert and all the safety part is done and you're not injured, if you can direct that car right straight to the body shop first. Have that phone number in your glove box with your insurance card ready to go. That'll save you some time and some hassle, save the insurance company a little bit of money. So we're going to get to some phone calls. We've got BJ, Sophia, Robert, Bob, and Katie, not necessarily in that order, but we are going to take BJ with the 1998 Chevy Cavalier. What can we help you with?
Happy New Year.
Well, thank you. You too.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. I have a 21-year-old car, and I think it's turned 21, thinks it's drunk now. So it won't start. I'm going to read this to you really fast because I gave this to the dealership, and he wouldn't read it. But he took the car in. The car won't start after it sits all night. I've tried to turn it over, and when it does start, it won't stay running. If I wait 10 minutes, it'll start after a couple of tries and stay running. I just got a new battery from you guys, and this is a dealership, less than 3 weeks ago. So they took it in. They let it sit overnight. They said, oh, it needs a starter, ignition switch and a starter, which comes with the cylinder lock and all that good stuff. So $900 later, it's still doing the same thing, and they've had it for 2 weeks kind of testing it. So here's what they said this time. GM said that the troubleshooter over there said the instrument panel could be bad, so it's nothing that $900 more won't fix. Well, they already told me the starter was what was going to fix it. So I want to just know if you guys think this sounds legit, or should I look for another car? It's got $150,000.
Well, so the car would start but stall right away. And then if you waited 10 minutes and tried a couple more times, it would then start up and continue running.
Yeah, and then once it's running for the day, it runs like a top. I mean, it runs all the time. But if it's cold out, if it's like below, I'll just say below 60 outside, in the morning it just has trouble starting.
Well, there's a whole lot to unpack here. Any check engine light, any warning lights on the dash or anything like that?
Nope.
So I guess part of the conversation that I would be having is number one, we want to get the car fixed, but you told me that $900 of a starter and an ignition is going to fix my car. So we have to we've got to circle back to that. We've got to come up with some resolution first, because that $900 didn't do anything for you.
Right.
And so there needs to be a conversation about that.
Yeah, when they asked you about the $900, did they say that it was the guaranteed fix, or were they saying to you, hey, we're going to try this, it may or may not work?
Yeah, when they called me after the new battery routine, that got done 1 week, and then right when I brought it home, it would start right up, but it was warmer out, you know what I mean? So after a couple of days, it started the whole routine again, and I waited a few days, then I called, and they said, well, bring it in. So I brought it in, and then when I took it in, after it, sat there a day, they said, well, it needs the ignition switch. And I don't know if this is true, but does the whole lock cylinder and all that baloney come with the ignition switch?
I don't want to stand here and testify with my hand up that it does, because certain cars, and even in that era, the ignition switch might come as part of the key and tumbler. Sometimes you have the key and tumbler, and then there's a rod that goes down towards the base of the steering column where it activates a switch that would then make the car start. But the car cranking over and then starting, that has nothing to do with a starter. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Now, if they were trying to say the ignition switch or the key because of possibly a security system issue, or
and I don't have any of that. It doesn't have that.
Well, it might actually. It might if it has the chip. It has the chip key. The word is drawn a blank.
Their
passcode system.
Passcode system.
So that would be the only reason that I would think that the instrument cluster might need the replacement. So I'm tempted. I would say, gentlemen, thank you for what you've done. Please put everything down in writing, and then maybe it's worth a second opinion. You're over in Tempe. Mm-hmm. Dave's not here, but I'll give him the plug. Tri-City Transmission and Auto Repair. They're not just a transmission shop. Okay. They can diagnose that car properly and tell you it's going to fix it, or they might tell you, hey, BJ, we think that this is it. We're on the right track, and we'd like to try it. And then I think what will happen after that is that you will then, once you know what the ultimate fix is on the car, there's a process that you should follow to where you might have to go back to the dealership and have a conversation with them about the $900 that did you absolutely no good.
Right.
And so that's just, the BBB, Better Business Bureau, has a process. There's an auto repair advisory committee that will see cases. You can, and I hate to say to do this, but you can backcharge your credit card and try and get something there. But just what really needs to happen though is you got to get the car fixed if you want to try and get resolution on that $900.
Right.
The instrument cluster doesn't sound like the fix to me, but I don't have all the information, don't have all the data, so I just can't say for sure, and it just doesn't make sense.
No.
I mean, I think someone's totally off base personally. So
that's kind of, and I told him, I won't take up your whole day, but I did tell him, I said, just put it back together. I don't want to do that right now. So I was thinking it was something like not a vacuum hose, that's old-fashioned, but whatever that is, has to do with buildup of pressure or something, because it's fine after 10 minutes.
Well, what I was going to lean towards was a fuel issue, but the one thing you want to make you do, if they just hand you the keys and say, oh, no charge, you're all set to go, say, no.
You want some paperwork, documentation.
I need some paperwork. We need to memorialize this visit. I need you to tell me, and if you got to pay, then pay.
Mm-hmm.
And then come back. You might have some recourse later if, in fact, they were wrong. And maybe I'm wrong. It's happened once.
Maybe twice.
Wow.
But good luck to you. And that one, follow up with us. I'd love to hear about that. And if you end up over at Dave's at Tri-City Transmission, I'm sure I'll hear about it. But
Okay.
it's definitely worth a second opinion. And I don't know where you are in Tempe. There's ADS, Automotive Diagnostic Specialties, close over to I-10 area. But if Tri-City's not close to you over there by Tempe Town Lake, try bumpertobumperradio.com or any other.
If Tri-City's by Tempe Town Lake, I'm right around there.
There you go. There's your ticket. So so take it in there, have them do the diagnosis. You're probably going to spend a couple $100.
Yep.
But that's what it takes to actually get a true answer. So thanks for calling. Thanks for calling, BJ. Katie, you're going to be next. Bob and Robert and Sophia still. So you're listening to Matt and Tim, your KTAR car guys. We got to take a quick break, but we'll be right back.
What's the right call after a car accident? Hi, Leo Petrozello for Campus Auto Body Salon. I invite you to check us out online and see why so many people have made us their first call following their accident. Bumper to Bumper Radio approved, 5-star rated with Yelp and CarWise.com, and A+ rated by the BBB. Make your first call the right call to Campus Auto Body Salon. Check us out online at campusbodysalon.com. Serving the Valley since 1973. Campus Auto Body Salon, the best care in collision repair.
Trust. It's hard to earn and sometimes even harder to find. If you live or work in downtown Phoenix, Matt Allen's Virginia Auto Service is celebrating over 20 years of award-winning service at the corner of 7th Street and Virginia. Recognized as one of the best service shops in the country, their customers have come to trust Virginia Auto Service for its A+ rating by the BBB, 2-year 24,000-mile warranties, and free transportation to and from your home or office. 20-plus years of earning your trust. Virginia Auto Service. They're serious about service.
Honesty and integrity. It's the only option. Hi, Spencer Doucet for H&I Automotive. H is for honesty and I is for integrity. We built our business on these two principles.
Hi, this is Danny Grant.
And I'm Paul Garcia.
We're Spencer's business partners. Originally, we were customers that were referred by friends to check out this great shop in Mesa. We saw for ourselves how special the experience was at H&I.
Yep, we went from raving fans to good friends to enthusiastic partners when Spencer was looking to expand his business to the East Valley.
Thanks, guys. The overwhelming support from our customers, families, and partners has allowed us to celebrate the opening of our second, brand new, state-of-the-art location in Gilbert. 2 locations, same principles. Quality service at a great value that you can count on for all your automotive needs. Backed with an industry-leading 60-month, 60,000-mile parts and labor warranty. We invite you to check us out at HNIautomotive.com.
I'm waiting because I'm waiting to hear what the song is. I'm not sure, All right, I've got one of my grade school friends, Jessie. Maybe she's listening. She's probably freaking out right now because if she is, Jessie Augusta. She's a customer at the shop, and we've been friends since 4th grade. And she's the rocker chick, the big hair, that whole group of girls. And so she's probably, now this isn't so much rocker, but some of the other tunes that Carrie's been playing lately, we get those rock and roll girls tuning in to the show with their Aquanet and stuff. So Jesse, if you're listening, hello. I want to give a quick shout out to, by the way, this is Matt still.
And Tim.
And tomorrow is Tim's birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old he is, and I'm not going to sing happy birthday because I don't sing well. I have a decent day job where I'd go broke singing. So Tim, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
And glad to have you here today. Glad to have you at the shop. Tim has been with me at Virginia Auto Service 21 years now in about 4 months.
Yeah.
So,
and we had a good Christmas real quick. Cookie-wise.
Tim likes to make cookies, so I'll let Tim take a minute real quick and tell you about his cookie adventures.
Yeah, so I've been doing it since I was like 25, so that's a long time, and because I'm in my 50s. But I made 116 and a half dozen cookies this past Christmas time for customers and vendors and friends and during the whole week before Christmas. Thank you for all the customers that come in. They came in not to have any repair, just to
have a cookie.
Just have a cookie. So thank you, and it was a lot of fun. A little tired, but thank you.
It was a blast. Tim,
Yeah.
it's fun to see Tim's energy at the shop. He loves snowmen, so the shop is decorated with snowmen, and there's cookies everywhere, and I'm a little fatter than I was before from the cookies. But we got to get to some business, Tim.
Yep.
We got some people that have been holding, and I'm going to tell you right now, if we don't get to you, I am going to take your call after the show. So we're going to start with Katie in Casa Grande with the 2004 Chrysler Pacifica. Katie, how can we help you?
Hi, happy birthday and happy New Year. It's good to be talking to you both. We listen to you every weekend.
Great, thanks.
I have a quick question. I have a 2004 Pacifica, and we've taken it in for repair for gas problems, meaning we can only fit about 3 or 4 gallons of gas. So we had our mechanic. He said it was the filters, so he changed out the filters. He didn't know when he had taken it down that we had 2 filters, 2 gas tanks on the Pacifica. So we changed them both out just to make sure that we took care of everything. We got it back. Maybe it was okay for maybe a week and a half. Same thing started happening. We'd only be able to get 3 or 4 gallons of gas in. So we'd be constantly having to stop for gas. We took it back in, and we got a whole new gas tank, along with the filters and everything else. We got it back, paid the money, got it back, and it's still doing the same thing. Could it be a sensor or?
Well, it's going to be something with the filler neck, and Tim, I know we've fixed some of these, and there's some of those repairs that you have in the memory bank, and you just don't. It's going to be one of those ones where after we figure it out or somebody figure it out, it's going to be like, duh. I wish Sean was here. I wish I could call Sean, my master tech at the shop, because I know that we've had some of these, and what the problem is, it's in the ventilation. I mean, you're putting gas in, so you're displacing the air in the tank with fuel, and those fumes have to come out. And the reason it's kicking off is because they're coming out too fast. They're not venting. So I don't know if there's a kink in the vent valve when they replace the tanks. Some of the manufacturers have updated those filler neck assemblies. Gosh, I just wish I had the answer for you. Tim?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them. We've seen them on Subarus. There's a fuel shutoff valve or a cutoff valve, like a purge valve in the system that fails, causing that.
Yeah.
And we've seen that on quite a few Subarus.
It's, I hate to tell you this, but hit Google. I know you're going to find a million things there, and I guess you've been going to the. I'm assuming you've been going to the same shop, and I'm sure they'll work with you to try and figure out what the heck is going on. I wouldn't have personally started with fuel filters or anything like that. It has nothing to do with the way the car runs. It's getting the darn fuel in. So in the meantime, maybe one thing you can try is just just don't pump the fuel so fast. Try and slow it down a little bit. Pull the nozzle back just a touch. But I would go for the Google diagnosis on this one. There's a fix for it. We just haven't come with the right thing yet. You just need to find the right shop, and maybe we got to come a little bit west out of Casa Grande to get to some different technology, possibly. I'm not saying anything bad about anybody in Casa Grande. I'm sure there's plenty of capable shops. You've just got me stumped, Katie. And I know there's a million people out there listening, well, at least 15,000 anyway, saying, hey, dummy, this is what it is. I know there's a lot of techs that listen, so, hey, let me know what it is when you find out. That we'd like to know what the fix is, as always. So we're going to go with Bob in Phoenix, got a Chevy HHR. Bob, what's going on with that?
Well, first of all, I'm not going 72 miles an hour with my finger up my nose.
Okay.
That's good.
Perfect. I'd let you know. I've got a question about a rollover valve on a fuel tank.
Okay.
Is there a replacement rollover valve that isn't made of plastic that I could possibly put in there? Because right now the plastic one is cracked.
Yeah, and it's cracked, and it's probably integral, and in some cases that's part of the fuel tank. Is that what you're finding out too? Or
Yes.
Is it replaceable?
Yeah, that's what they said, is I have to have the whole fuel tank replaced. But then I found online that there are rollover valves for Chevy fuel tanks, but it's on the bigger cars.
Right. So
I was just wondering if there's a small one that I could get to put in there. It's made out of metal.
No, there really isn't. I mean, I know some people, that's just vapors, and the plastic cracks for whatever reason. There's no fuel in there. I mean, I've heard of people pulling the tanks down and putting Plasti-Weld on them, or even doing some epoxy, which,
temporary fix.
Yeah, but I mean, what are they quoting you for a fuel tank? That's got to be $1,300 or $1,400. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The problem is you still have to take it down to get the epoxy on it. So, I mean, if you can find a shop that'll do that for you, it'll save you the cost of the tank. Eventually, you're probably going to have to replace it. But no, just because there's one that's replaceable on a Chevy that doesn't,
Yeah, it's not interchangeable on that
Type
one.
O blood and Type A don't mix.
No.
So just because it's a Chevy just doesn't mean it will work, unfortunately, Bob. I think you're kind of stuck, and I don't know that I would necessarily want to be looking at the recycled or the salvage yard option either, because you're just reinstalling the
same age.
Yeah, the same problem, same age. So good luck with that one. Sophia, 2005 Chrysler. My patient Sophia, how can we help you?
Okay, first of all, I would love to trade the car in for that box of cookies. I think that's where I'm at right now. Okay. Anyway, this vehicle, when I try to start it, regardless if it's, hot outside or cold outside, I have to warm it up for 15, 20 minutes for the gauge to be at the warm level, for it not to jerk when I'm driving down the street. Now, once it warms up, it does not do it again. However, now it's moved on to another problem, which I think might be interconnected or not. I don't have a clue. But what it does now is, regardless if I warm it up, if I give it the gas pedal, which was the same scenario in the first place, if I give it gas, it jerks. If I don't give it gas, it won't jerk, and it will make this horrible sound. But now what it's doing is it feels like, do you know with those little rudders or something they put stops when you pay a toll out west, to slow you down? Yeah. Now when I'm giving it gas, regardless of if it's warmed up or not warmed up, it makes that kind of feeling where the car is like,
Okay, Sophie, you've got to have a check engine light or a warning light on the car. There's nothing on the dash telling you
nothing.
That's okay. Well, yeah, that's a tough one. Where part of Scottsdale are you in? Are you in North Scottsdale or South Scottsdale?
I'm on the East Valley.
Oh, East Valley. So
I'm Frank Lloyd Wright, around 100th in that direction.
Okay, up in that area. Gosh, I don't. You might want to try going to Combs Auto Repair up at Scottsdale Road in Adobe area. Give them a try. I know they can solve the problem for you. You've got a lot that you told me about, and that's hard to unpackage as we wind down the show here. So give them a try, and hopefully I know they can help you, and they can get that fixed. Combs has been around a long time. Robert, on your Hyundai Tucson, I'm going to pick you up after the show here in a second. Everybody, Happy New Year. Happy birthday, Tim. And we will see you next week. Thanks for listening.